Hi, blockchain visionaries. I'm George Levy. I'm currently in Blockchain Center in Miami, and I'm having the opportunity to speak with Nick Spanos, founder of Blockchain Center and Bitcoin Center. Nick, great speaking with you.
Nice speaking with you.
I wanted to talk to you. So we're in Blockchain Center, which is in Miami, which is also the home of Bitcoin Center Miami, as you can see in the poster behind you. But the original Bitcoin Center is in New York, and you launched that in 2013, which makes you an OG. So I want to get a little bit of your feedback of what it's been like to ride this whole crypto wave all this time.
Wow. I mean, if people knew me, if they knew me in the past, I looked a lot younger. It's been a wild ride. We opened up in 2013, 100 feet from the New York Stock Exchange on the ground floor, at a retail space. We made a statement that Bitcoin's here to stay. We're standing there, fighting the modern day financial Goliaths with our little stones as, little Davids.
One of the things that I love about what I've read about Bitcoin Center New York, I've actually never been in Bitcoin Center New York. I feel kind of like ashamed that I haven't done that. I'll definitely be visiting you. I'm definitely at Bitcoin Center Miami. I'm encouraging everybody to drop by here. Great venue, by the way. What I love about it is how it's described. You envisioned it as like the first brick and mortar cryptocurrency exchange, and that was your vision.
Yeah, I don't have any. That was my vision. Yeah, I thought that if I opened, right next to the stock exchange, people would take Bitcoin and blockchain very seriously. Because before that, we were getting a lot of bad press, and I didn't really go for that. I didn't enjoy the bad press because it was just from reporters that really didn't know what the hell they were talking about. So they found out someone sold stolen cows for Bitcoin, and it's Bitcoin's fault. Well, I tell everyone, Billy the Kid robbed a lot of banks, but no one blamed the cash. So, we opened up over there, and it was pretty wild. We had hundreds of people trading there on the floor. And we didn't charge any money. We let them trade with each other, and we even bought the booze.
The interesting thing about what you're saying is that the fact you actually didn't charge any money, first thing that pops into my mind is I'm like, okay, so where's the business model? But I think it's kind of like, I think of it in the term like the traditional financial institutions would think of a business model. You were thinking of an ideal because you really foresaw that Bitcoin basically just frees people from all these ties that the financial institutions can do.
Yeah, I was a proponent of the End the Fed movement. I worked for Ron Paul, and I'm pretty much an activist. I'm not a financial anything. I don't really know anything about finance, stuff like that. I'm not I know about certain parts of finance, but and I learned the other parts the hard way. But building it was a statement, like I said before. It wasn't really a financial. There was no financial model at all.
One of the things that I have to say more than anything else, the fact that we're at the Blockchain Center, and I'm very, very actively involved in the Miami scene. There's a lot of activity going on in blockchain and Bitcoin and crypto in general here. And what I do have to say is the impact that Blockchain Center is having in the Miami economy, and just the fact of like just establishing Miami as a hub for all that's blockchain and crypto. So I commend you on making that happen.
Thank you very much. I couldn't do it. I can't say I did it myself. I didn't do it myself. I have Erica, the Jama. It's not Jama. That's Erica right there. She was talking about her last name before. And Scott Spiegel, and a whole bunch of other people, of course. But these are my co-founders. And they're doing pretty much all the work down here.
I tell you, so I actually I'm a client, and I am a member of the Blockchain Center, and I leverage the fact of like this community that's come together and just basically surrounded this group. So I'm very familiar with Erica. I've actually had the opportunity and pleasure to actually interview her as well. And but what I do have to say is that there's something really special going on here, and I always wanted the opportunity to speak with you because actually you brought all of this happen. So I was going to ask you, as we're moving forward, do you have any future plans? I know you've been expanding beyond merely just Blockchain Center and Bitcoin Center. Like, you have other projects going on. Could you tell me some more what you're doing?
Yeah, it's hard to remember because my brain doesn't work that way. You want me to go back and read the memory of this past few days? I don't even know. Well, we're building another one, Bitcoin Center in Johannesburg. Looks like almost. The plans are being drawn out, and I got to go down and check it out. But there are other things. We build Bitcoin ATMs, Bitcoin ATM machines, a two-way, and you can just leave one somewhere. They're not only two-way, but they use a recycler, so you can just leave one somewhere, and it can fill with money, and then it can fill with Bitcoin, and back and forth. So you don't even have to touch it really for a while. Hopefully, we build blockchain voting machines with paper ballot to 3 blockchains. I don't know, a bunch of other stuff.
Well, Nick, I want to thank you very much for sharing. I wish you, the Blockchain Center, Bitcoin Center, and all the projects you're working, much success. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to tell everyone that, it's up to us if we're going to help get away from centralized organizational structures and things that have inhibited the individual. It has to be Bitcoin and Bitcoin's blockchain and maybe a couple other blockchains. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I'm George Levy. Thank you for watching.